Essays on Untouchables and Untouchability Social by Baba Sahib Ambedkar. Chapter 1 3E. This states the hardships only of the untouchables. But untouchables are not the only people who are subjected to this life of ignominy. There are classes who are placed in a worse position. Untouchables are those who cause pollution only by a physical touch. There are people who cause pollution if they come within a certain distance. They are known as unapproachable. Again, there are people who are in a worse position than the unapproachable. They cause pollution if they come within sight. They are known as unseeable. It is said of the Nayadis, people who fall into the category of the unapproachable, that they are the lowest caste among the Hindus, the dog eaters. They are the most persistent in their clamor for charity and will follow at a respectful distance for miles to gather any person walking, driving, or boating. If anything is given to them, it must be laid down, and after the person offering it has proceeded a sufficient distance, the recipient comes timidly forward and removes it. Of the same people, Mr. Thurston says the subject, that is the Nayadis, whom I examined and measured at Shoranpur, though living only about 3 miles off, had, by reason of the pollution which they traditionally carry with them, to avoid walking over the long bridge which spans the river and follow a circuitous route of many miles. In the Tennevali district of the Madras Presidency, there is a class of unseeables called Purada Vannas. Of them, it is said they are not allowed to come out during daytime because their sight is enough to cause pollution. These unfortunate people are compelled to follow the nocturnal habits, leaving their dens after dark and scuttling home at the false dawn like the badger, hyena, aardvark. What must be the hardships of the unapproachables and the unseeables? How must they be passing their lives? If their sight or their approach even is not tolerated, what work can they obtain? What else can they do except to beg and live on dog's meat? Surely no civilization can be guilty of greater cruelty. It is indeed a great mercy that the population of the unapproachables and of the unseeables is so small. But are 50 millions of untouchables entitled to any civilization? An untouchable cannot escape his fate, for he cannot pass off as a touchable. In the village where he resides, he is, of course, known, and there is no room for impersonation while he is there. If he leaves his village and comes to a town, there is a chance for him to pass off as touchable. But he knows what would be his fate if he were discovered. The following incident, which was reported in the papers, will give some idea of the risk involved in any attempt to impersonate. The end.